Here comes Duran Scott.
I don't get that last possession right there. Why not play for the last shot of the half? You can score, they can't. Makes no sense to me.
Shumpert will bring it up into front court now. And it'll be Georgia Tech's turn for the final shot. Mo Miller yields to Storrs. Lance Storrs came away with that sore ankle and everything. Hits the three as the half comes to a close.
Well, Miami doesn't play for the last shot, and it gives Georgia Tech a chance. Great pump fake, draw two defenders to pitch out the Storrs for the big three at the half for the Yellow Jackets.
Looks like that ankle's going to be okay. Miami, however, finishes with a strong run, and they lead by 7 at the half. If the tournament were to start today without the result of this game, this is how the field would sit. But Miami, with a win, can improve from 9th to 7th. However, if they lose and NC State loses tonight against Florida State, then they would stay at 9th. If they lose and NC State wins, Miami falls all the way to 10. Georgia Tech is 11th, no matter what happens here this afternoon. So that's what they're battling for. Out front now, this is going to be Duran Scott along with Malcolm Grant. That's the backcourt combination for Miami. Adrian Thomas, who is a spark. Here comes the three. Wow. Malcolm Grant hits the triple and puts Miami up by 10.
And asking for a foul, a tough, difficult shot. Malcolm Grant can shoot a basketball.
Lance Storrs ended this first half by spraining his ankle, then coming back onto the court and ending the half with a three. Jason Morris steps in. Reggie Johnson has the rebound.
9 defensive rebounds for Reggie Johnson. Only 3 touches for opportunities, though, in the first half. I'll say it again, Steve. They need to go inside more. I know they're shooting well from 3, but he's got a huge advantage around the ball, around the rim, rather.
And you mentioned earlier that in the first game between the two, he didn't get many touches at all. It was something like 3 for 3 for the game. Here's Garius Adams, baseline, steps in. Too many steps. Georgia Tech's leading scorers, Shumpert with 13, Storrs with 9, and Daniel Miller with 4.
Both teams playing zone, slows the pace.
Got right into the middle of it that time. Storrs missed the easy 2. Rebound comes away to Miami.
Very few fast break opportunities in this game. Very few second chance opportunities.
Grant takes it into a seam of that zone, kicks it into the corner. Garius Adams' shot doesn't go for 3.
Might have been the best look he's had all game. Nice penetration and pitch.
Miller drives all the way down. Count the basket. It's a goaltender. Adams touched it while it was up there, and Miami's lead is trimmed to 8.
Transition penetration. Poor defense on the ball by Miami. Obvious call for the officials.
Once he touches the glass, you can't touch it.
Boy, Miami struggles with their press offense. Every possession versus the Georgia Tech press, even when they're successful, is a journey for them.
They haven't turned it over as much as the first game, where they were forced into 28 turnovers. Here's Johnson into the post, gets one-on-one with Miller, gets his own rebound, has it taken by Lance Storrs. Lance Storrs, one of 2 seniors on this team, playing for the final time on the home court. Shumpert to Mo Miller. There's the other one. Morris settles for the 3-and-1.
Jason Morris playing much better of late since he's got the start opportunity from Paul Hewitt.
Here's the press. There's the steal. Here's Morris again. Bounce back basket. And Georgia Tech is just 1 possession away. Level cranks up in Atlanta. Garius Adams on the drive, and he is fouled on the play by Lance Storrs. That's his second.
Adams takes the ball to the basket. This is an adventure. Daniel Miller, a center, coming up, making the steal. Good pass to the open Morris for another easy basket. Starting to look like the last 13 minutes of play when these two teams met in Miami.
That's 10 points off turnovers now for Georgia Tech as Adams hits the foul shot. Miami, one of the better free throw shooting teams in the ACC at 73%. Miller comes out. Adams makes the second free throw. ACC championship game in Greensboro today. It is Duke beating North Carolina 81-66. So congratulations to the Duke women's team as they are the ACC champions. Men's get their turn starting Thursday. It's the Jason Morris show. 3 straight baskets by Jason Morris. 2-point Miami lead, and as Eddie said, it's an adventure right now against this press. Georgia Tech with a wind at their back right now. This is Scott. Has the ball. No, stolen. Mo Miller. 3-on-2. Miller's shot blocked by Johnson. Turned over. Stores with the steal. Morris tied for his 4th. Holsey with the rebound.
Crowd really getting into it here too.
They really are.
Nice patience now in the offensive rebound for Georgia Tech to settle down here.
In that stretch to pick Georgia Tech up and pull them within 2 points of Miami. Julian Gamble now replaces Reggie Johnson in the middle of that Miami zone. Miller. Ball thrown into backcourt. And it's going to be Miami ball on the turnover. For Georgia Tech, that is going to be their 9th turnover of this game. We've had 20 turnovers now, 11 for Miami and 9 now for Georgia Tech. However, Georgia Tech has 10 points off turnovers to Miami's 7. Malcolm Grant. To the block, then out to Brown. His 3 is strong. Stores with the rebound for Georgia Tech. Shumpert for 3. And Ryan Brown comes up with a rebound. His dad, Tico Brown, played here at Georgia Tech. Was a star for 3 years. Ooh, in trouble was Scott. The tip up and in by Gamble.
Gamble on the weak side with a lefty tip in, had very good position, nudged the defender under the basket, created the space for the weak side rebound.
41-37. Inside, here's Shumpert on the quick pass from Mo Miller.
Georgia Tech in their zone offense sneaks different players to the high post foul line area. That's where they want to go, and it is a great place to have the ball versus zone.
It's been 14 minutes since Shumpert has scored. It's his first bucket since that time. Gamble in the low post, turns on Holsey, steps through and got fouled. If you're heading to Greensboro for the ACC tournament, make sure you check out ACC Fan Fest in the pavilion next to the Coliseum. Now, this event is free, complete with interactive games, corporate partner attractions, giveaways, and fun for the entire family. It's a big part of the ACC tournament. ACC Fan Fest. Visit theacc.com for more details. And now Miami not only struggles trying to get the ball in the backcourt, they'd struggle in their own front court area against pressure. Timeout on the court for Frank Hate's crew. They lead Georgia Tech by 2. We all won.
That's pretty impressive. Can he sing?
No. Actually, no, I got to take that back. Mike Hogwood can sing, to tell you the truth. He's been in many performances in the Greensboro area, local theater groups. An accomplished singer. And he will sing on demand at the tournament. Huh. He's a regular Cliff Ellis. Julian Campbell down into the post. They'll swing it out. And Malcolm Grant lost the handle in mid-shot. Turnover for Miami, and now Georgia Tech has a chance to tie or take the lead on a triple. We've had 12 of those, 6 aside. Adrian Thomas comes out. And coming in is DeQuan Jones. Jones had a great turnaround last year, but he's suffered out of 7 games this year. He was out with a broken hand.
See if Georgia Tech continues to try to hit the high post and then play out of the high post. You can go low, weak side. It's a great place to put the basketball.
Here's Shumpert. Takes the 3 that misses everything. It goes out of bounds. It's going to be Miami ball.
That's a poor shot, poor possession, no penetration, no skip pass. Ball doesn't get to the high post. Contested three-pointer for Georgia Tech.
Against pressure now, Gamble comes up and gets the inbounds. And now the Yellow Jackets relax it. That can be sometimes as disconcerting as keeping it on.
Georgia Tech back man out of the timeout.
Juan Jones up front with a hurried jumper. Daniel Miller gets the rebound. Shumpert now working his way around the top of the defense. Nice skip to Jason Morris. Pass down intended for Miller, was stolen by Ryan. And here is the ball lost out of bounds off Brian Brown. He got the steal, and then the ball came right back to him, and he knocked it out of bounds.
It got blocked, and then Brown touches it right at the end. No call here, and the ball goes back off. You can't see it on the replay, but it hits him as he's falling down. Good call by Sean Carbon.
Ball thrown out of bounds. Shumpert went for Stores where he used to be. Another turnover here for Georgia Tech. So they get sloppy between these two here as we get to the midway point, or try to get there anyway. Shumpert comes out.
There's a difference between kind of turnovers you can have forced, which you give the defense credit for, and that can happen, but the unforced, where the offense creates its own problem, is what you try to eliminate as a coach. That obviously was an unforced turnover by Georgia Tech.
Malcolm Grant will bring it up into front court, the junior out of Brooklyn. Transfer from Villanova to Adrian Thomas. He gets his paws on that ball. High screen for Gamble. Back to Thomas. He tried to get it back to the post and turns it over. Udofia. Quick ball movement to the corner. Stores for 3. No. Stores ended the first half with a 3 after going out 2 minutes earlier with a sprained ankle. It had a change in the score here and at least 3 possessions. This is Brown. He'll drop it off now inside to DeQuan Jones, blocked by Daniel Miller. And the ball lost out of bounds. It's going to be Georgia Tech ball. Timeout on the court, 11:56 left to play in this second half. Miami by 2. Daniel Miller at work inside defensively. There's Bobby Crimmins, who brought this school to prominence in basketball in the ACC in the mid-'80s.
Of course, Bobby Crimmins at College of Charleston won the regular season Southern Conference Championship, still alive in the SoCon tournament.
Wrapping up there in Chattanooga today, aren't they?
That's correct.
Here's Stores, heads to the baseline, fades and misses. We haven't had any points in the last 2.5 minutes. Georgia Tech now 0 for 3 with 2 turnovers. Miami 0 for 3 with 2 turnovers over the last 2.5 minutes of the game.
Poor shot by Stores coming out of a timeout. Sometimes I wonder why young men take shots that they don't practice. That is not a shot, Steve, that you would take in any shooting drill that I've ever seen by any college coach.
And that means this game, as it stands right now, won't get into the ACC video vault.
Not particularly. By the way, Georgia Tech, before that shot, had taken 23 threes of 36 attempts. Wow.
And that's what Miami's zone will force you to do if you can't get the ball inside. And if there's anywhere where Georgia Tech is somewhat weak, it's offense in the paint. Shumpert has to drive in there and get it. Here's Johnson as they break the press. And as Eddie said, it's been an adventure for Miami.
Why wouldn't you throw